They said the land of Zambara was blessed. The rains came when they were called. The yams grew big and sweet. No one went to bed hungry. And at the center of it all was King Adewale and Queen Nia, rulers loved by the people and feared by the gods. But even a blessed land has its shadows. For many years, Queen Nia could not have a child. She cried, she prayed, she gave gifts to the spirits. Nothing worked. The people whispered, "Maybe the gods are angry. Maybe the queen is cursed." Then one day, news shook the kingdom. "She is with child," shouted the palace guards. "The queen is with child." The drums beat louder than ever before. The whole land danced. Old women ululated. Men poured palm wine on the ground to thank the ancestors. But the joy did not last long. On the day the queen gave birth, something strange happened. The midwives who helped her screamed. One of them dropped her bowl of water and ran out of the room. The queen, weak and shaking, asked, "Is my baby well?" No one answered. The king rushed in. His face turned pale when he saw the baby. She was a beautiful girl, but there was something moving under her stomach. It looked like a snake, pressing against her skin from inside, sliding slowly, back and forth. The queen cried, "What is this?" The oldest midwife fell to her knees. "My king, my queen, this child is not ordinary. She carries a snake. It is inside her, like it is part of her." Everyone was silent. Then the old seer of the kingdom entered. His eyes were white from age, but he saw more than any man. He looked at the baby and said, "She is both cursed and chosen. Her name shall be Terasai. The gods have marked her. She will bring either ruin or healing." The king shouted, "Enough! No one will speak of this again." He turned to the royal physician. "Swear on your life, you will tell no one." "I swear, my king," the man said, shaking. Queen Nia held her child close, tears in her eyes. "She is still my daughter, no matter what she carries." As Tarisai grew, she became even more beautiful than anyone had seen. Her smile lit up rooms. Her laugh made birds stop to listen. But not everything was well. Every few weeks, the girl would fall down. Her stomach would move strangely. She would cry out, "It burns! Something is moving!" The king would hide her. "Lock the doors! No one must see her like this!" The queen begged, "We must help her. This is not her fault." The king said, "She must be strong. She is a princess." But behind the palace walls, people talked. "I heard the princess is not human. They say she carries a snake inside her. One day that thing will come out and eat us all." But others whispered something different. "She is the one who will save Zambara. The girl who carries the unknown will open a new path." Still, the king did not care for talk. He trained her to walk like royalty, to speak with grace, to smile even when she was in pain. But when night came, she would lie in her bed, holding her stomach, whispering to the thing inside, "Who are you? Why did you choose me?" The snake never answered, but it moved. The queen cried quietly outside her room. "My baby, what are you becoming?" In the village, the old seer gathered young boys around a fire. "Do you know why the sky turns red at dusk?" he asked. They shook their heads. "Because the gods are watching, and when a child is born like Tarisai, even the sky must change its color." One boy raised his hand. "Is she evil?" The old man smiled. "No, but sometimes power looks like evil before it shows its true face." The king heard about the old man's stories. He sent soldiers. "Tell him to stop, or we silence him forever." But stories do not die. They fly, they crawl, they slither, just like the thing in Terasai's stomach. One day the queen brought a priest to the palace. "He says he can help her," the king shouted. "No more healers, no more lies. If word gets out, the people will turn on us." The queen stood firm. "Then let them. She is my daughter." Tarisai, now 10 years old, stood at the door. She looked at them both. "Why do you fight over me?" she asked. "Am I a girl or a monster?" The queen ran to her. "You are not a monster. You are chosen." Terasai whispered, "Then why do I feel alone?" The king turned away. He could not answer. But in the slave quarters, 2 old women whispered again, "She will bring ruin or healing. One man will cure her, but only if the king allows it. Will he?" They shook their heads. The king fears truth, but truth is coming. And somewhere in the east, a young man with a scar across his chest stirred from sleep. His dreams were full of fire and a girl with golden eyes. He whispered to himself, "It is time." The queen stood outside Terasai's door, her hands tight against her chest. She listened to her daughter whisper to the thing inside her. "Do you hate me?" Terasai asked softly. "Or do you love me in your own way?" There was no reply, only the low sound of movement under her skin. The queen turned and walked quickly to the king's chambers. "We cannot wait," she said. "I told you to stay quiet." He growled. "Your pride is killing her. I am protecting our name. You are letting her die." The king slammed his hand on the table. "You think I don't care? I lie awake every night. I hear her scream." "Then bring him," she said. "Bring Ayo." "I will not kneel to a man who spat on our gods." "He didn't spit. He told the truth. He was banished. He warned you this would happen." You laughed. The king turned his back. "Let her be. Maybe the gods will change their mind." The queen left without another word. She had no more time for a king who feared shadows. In the market, the people spoke freely now. I heard she has the eyes of a lion. They say she walks in 2 worlds. My brother was one of the suitors. He never came home. They say the snake in her speaks to spirits. In her room, Tarisai touched her stomach. It moved. Again, more restless now. She clenched her jaw. "You are growing louder," she said. She walked to the mirror and looked at herself. "Will you destroy me? Or save me?" That night, a strange dream came. She stood in a dark forest. The trees whispered. A snake the size of a man curled around her legs. "Your mother lied," the snake said. Tarisai blinked. "What?" "Your father is not the king." She woke up screaming. The queen rushed in. "What is it?" Tarisai gasped. "I saw it. I spoke to it. It said, 'The king is not my father.'" The queen froze. Tarisai looked into her eyes. "Is it true?" The queen said nothing. "Mother," Tarisai whispered, "tell me." The queen sat down. Her voice cracked. "Yes, it is true." Tarisai felt cold. "Then who?" "You will know soon. He is coming." Tarisai stood slowly. "Why did you lie?" "I was trying to protect you." "From what? From him? Or from the king?" "From everything." Tarisai backed away. "I don't even know who I am." The queen held out her hand. "You are still my daughter." "No," Tarisai said. "I am something else, something no one understands." Outside the palace, a rider approached. His staff was tied with red cloth. His eyes saw what others could not. He did not fear curses. He did not fear kings. He had healed the blind, quieted madmen, and turned fire into rain. He was Ao, and he had returned. The palace gates did not open for strangers, but this time they opened slow, like the earth itself held its breath. Ao walked in. His clothes were plain. His skin was dark like roasted yam. His steps were steady. The guards stepped back. They had seen strong men, warriors, even witches, but not a man like this. The queen waited at the stairs. "You came," she said. "You called?" he replied. The king stood far behind, arms crossed. "You were not invited." "I do not need your welcome," Ao said. "I came for her." "You will not touch her," the king barked. "I already have," Ao said calmly. "Years ago." The king blinked. Tarisai stepped forward, her golden eyes locked on Ao. "You are him." "Yes," Ao said. "And you are me." "What does that mean?" "I am your father." Tarisai's lips parted, but no sound came. The queen stepped in. "She needs answers. Tell her." Ao nodded. "Long ago, I lived in this palace. I was the royal healer. The gods showed me visions, but the priests hated me. They said I used dark power. I told them the truth. The king's ancestors used blood to get their throne." "You speak lies," the king growled. "I speak what the spirit showed me," Ao answered. Terasai asked, "What does that have to do with me?" Ao looked at her. "You carry the mark of justice. A spirit entered you at birth, not to punish you, but to wake the past." Terasai stepped back. "So the snake is not evil?" "No," Ao said. "It is old, wounded, waiting." "For what?" "For you to listen." Terasai stared down at her hands. "It talks in my dreams. That means it trusts you," Ao said. The king shouted, "Enough of this madness! You will not fill her head with riddles." "She is already full of fire," Ao said. "You just can't control it." The king drew his sword. "One step closer, and I will end you." Terasai moved between them. "No!" Everyone froze. She turned to the king. "You lied to me." "I did it to protect you," he said. "No," she said. "You did it to protect your throne." "You are still my daughter." Tears filled her eyes. By name, not by truth. She turned to Ao. "Can you help me?" He nodded. "But it will hurt." "I've been hurting all my life," she said. Ao asked, "Are you ready to face the spirit?" "Yes." Ao clapped once. "Then we begin." He pulled out a drum from his cloth. He beat it once. Boom! The sound echoed deep and low. The queen held her breath. Tarisai knelt. Ao poured water on her head. He whispered, "Ancestors, open the gate. Let her walk the path." Tarisai's eyes rolled back. Her body trembled. The snake inside her pushed against her skin like a wave. Ao touched her chest. "Speak," Tarisai's voice changed. It was deeper, older. "You came back." "I did," Ao said. "Why now?" The voice asked. "She is ready." "She was always ready. You were not." Ao bowed his head. "Forgive me." "There is nothing to forgive, only truth to reveal." The snake's voice faded. Terasai gasped and fell forward. The queen caught her. Ao stood. "The spirit is a guardian. Long ago, a seeress from my tribe was killed by this kingdom's ancestors. The snake was her protector. It entered Terasai to carry her pain, to pass the story forward." The king fell to his knees. "I did not know." Ao said, "Now you do. What will you do with that truth?" Silence filled the hall. The king looked up. "What does it want?" justice, Ayo said. Not war, not revenge, but truth. The king whispered, "What must I do?" "Kneel before her," Ayo said, "not as your daughter, but as the vessel of the wronged." The king turned slowly to Terasai. She opened her eyes. He crawled to her feet. "My child, I was wrong." She looked at him. "Do you know what it feels like to carry something no one understands?" He nodded. "Now I do." She touched his shoulder. "Stand." He stood, shaking. Ayo handed her a bowl of red dust. She dipped her fingers. She marked the king's forehead. "This is not for punishment," she said. "This is for remembering." The queen smiled through tears. Ayo clapped his hands again. "The spirit is calm. The healing begins." Suddenly, Terasai clutched her stomach. "The snake!" she gasped. It moved again, fast, sharp. She screamed. "It's leaving." Ayo knelt. "Let it go." The spirit rose from her chest, not seen by eyes, but felt in the bones of every person in the room. A warm wind passed. Tarisai fell silent. Ayo touched her heart. "She is whole." The queen hugged her. "You are free." Terasai whispered, "I feel light." The king looked at Ayo. "Will you stay?" Ayo shook his head. "No. My time here is done." Tarisai asked, "Will I see you again?" "When you are queen," he said. She smiled. "Then you'll be back soon." He laughed. "I believe that." As he walked away, the drums of Zambara played, not for war, not for death, but for truth. The next morning the sun felt warmer. Even the birds sang louder. Tarisai stood tall. Her eyes were clear now. No gold, no shadows. The queen held her hand. "You are well?" "I think I am someone new," Tarisai said. The king sat alone, head low. He had not spoken since the ritual. Tarisai walked up to him. "You look smaller today." "I feel smaller," he replied. She said, "That is not a bad thing." He looked at her. "I don't know how to be a father anymore." "Then learn to be a man of truth first." The king sighed. "Can I ever be forgiven?" "You are not the only one who must seek it," she said. "I do too. I hated you even before I knew the truth." He touched her hand. "Thank you, my child." "Not child," she said. "Call me Tarisai." Later, the people of Zambara gathered in the palace square. Drums echoed. Horns blew. The king stepped forward. His voice was steady. "People of Zambara, I stand before you with shame and truth. Our throne was built on pain. Our ancestors took what did not belong to them. They silenced a people. They buried their crimes in gold and songs." The crowd murmured. The king raised his hand, but no more. He stepped aside. Terasai stood where he had stood. "I was born with a curse," she said. "That is what you believed. But the truth is, I was born with a message." The people listened. "A message from the past," she said. "From a woman wronged. From a guardian spirit who lived in me, waiting for this day." She paused. "I am not a monster. I am a mirror. I showed this land what it refused to see." A silence fell. Then an elder stepped forward. "What do we do now, Queen?" Tarisai blinked. "Queen." The elder bowed. "You are the one who faced the truth, the one who healed the curse, the one who deserves the crown." The people began to bow, one by one. The king stepped back, his head down. The queen smiled. Tarisai said, "Then I accept. But know this, My rule will not be built on silence or gold. It will be built on memory and mercy. That night, a new crown was placed on her head, not of jewels, but of carved wood and woven beads, symbols of truth, roots, and legacy. She gave her first command. All records of the seeress who died long ago shall be restored. Her name, her story, her people. We will never forget her again. She gave her second command. Build a house of healing for those who carry what no one else sees. She gave her third. Send word to Ao. Tell him, when he is ready, his daughter waits. The queen stood beside her. You have made me proud. Terasai looked into the stars. The snake was never my enemy. The queen nodded. It was your teacher. The moon was full. Terasai stood in the courtyard where the people once whispered about her. Now they bowed. She turned to the queen. Do you think the people truly trust me now? The queen smiled. They do not follow a crown. They follow courage, and you have given them that. But trust is not a fruit that grows overnight. Some elders still feared her. Some priests still prayed louder than usual when she passed, and some children still asked their mothers, "Does the snake still live in her belly?" She heard them, and she forgave them. Terasai's reign began with change. She called the forgotten tribes to the palace. She sat with the families of the missing suitors and spoke their names aloud, one by one. She opened the doors of the palace to the poor, the wounded, and the outcast. She brought peace where there had been silence. But peace does not walk alone. One day, as she walked through the palace gardens, a messenger arrived, breathless. There is trouble, he said. In the east, the river has dried. The crops are dying. Terasai looked to the sky. It was clear, but too clear. No clouds, no rain. She gathered her council. Send food, send water, and bring me the names of those who suffer most. They did, but the land stayed dry. Terasai knew what others feared to say. This is not nature, she said. It is a wound, the queen asked. Another curse? No, Terasai said, a warning. That night she sat by the sacred fire. She closed her eyes. If you're still listening, tell me what I must do. In her dream she saw the spirit again, the same one who once slept inside her. It did not speak. It only showed her a cave, and a child crying inside it. She woke with a gasp. In the morning she called her guards. Prepare my horse. I am going east. The queen grabbed her arm. It could be dangerous. Terasai said, so was my whole life, but I was never afraid. She rode for 2 days, guided only by what the spirit had shown her. In the deep woods, she found a boy, no older than 5, naked, dirty, crying. He looked up at her. His eyes were golden. Tarisai froze. Where is your mother? She asked. The boy shook his head. She touched his shoulder. Who are you? He pointed to his belly. There's something inside. Her heart sank. Does it speak? She asked. He nodded. She took off her royal robe and wrapped him in it. You are not alone. She brought him to the palace. The priests panicked. It's starting again, the council shouted. This is a curse. Terasai stood tall. This is not a curse. This is a child. She carried the boy into the throne room herself. His name shall be Chisomo, she declared. It means grace. Will he be like you? The queen asked. Terasai nodded. No, he will be more. That night she wrote a letter. To Io, the spirit has passed again, into a child, into a new body. This is not the end of the story. It is the start of the next. Come home. We need you again." She sealed it with red wax. A guard rode east with it at sunrise. Days passed, then weeks. Then one morning, a familiar figure stood at the palace gates. Ayo. He was older now, but his eyes still burned like the sun before a storm. He held Chisomo's hand. "He told me things," Ayo said. "Things no child should know." Tarisai knelt. "Teach him. Guide him." "I will," Ayo said. Terasai looked at both of them. "And when I am gone?" Ayo said. "He will tell the next story, just like you did." The queen watched from above, her heart full, her eyes wet. The king, now retired and quiet, carved wooden toys in his room. He made one for Chisomo, a lion with gold eyes, and so the kingdom of Zambara grew strong again, not with swords, not with gold, but with memory. Dear listener, the curse is not the end. The truth is not a weapon. It is a seed. Tarisai was born with a snake in her stomach, but she became a queen with wisdom in her heart. Now another child has come. Another story waits. Will the people listen? Will they learn? Only time will tell. But as the griots say, when the spirit chooses, it will not rest until its message is heard. Until we meet again in another tale, stay bold, stay curious, and remember, even the strangest child may one day save the world.